Okay, the purpose of this video is to show you how to take your white box glider design and prepare it for the laser cutter. So after you have created a glider in white box and you've tested it, you're happy with the results there, go to outputs, and in the outputs load the laser cutter template, the 11 by 14 laser cutter template. You're going to need to download this. Just a quick tip, if Chromebook, it would probably be best to do this in the laptop computers to save you a step. Otherwise, Chromebook's going to download it to your Google Drive, and then you have to log into the school laptop computers on the cart and download that from Google Drive to your desktop. So we're going to save this in our downloads. And you can call it, I'm just going to leave it as the laser cutter inputs. So I'll hit save here. That goes to downloads. We're going to keep in mind where we have put that. Now we know that's in downloads. We're going to open up AutoCAD. AutoCAD is on the desktop. When you open AutoCAD up, just open a new file. So we'll launch a new file here. The other program that we're going to want to open is Retina Engrave. This is the Retina Engrave program. You might want to type it in the search, RET, and launch that Retina Engrave app. So open up Retina Engrave and open up AutoCAD. Within AutoCAD, we're going to import that download. So we need to go to Insert, go to the PDF import, which is right in the center of the upper toolbar there, and we're going to select what we downloaded and bring that in. So here's our laser cutter inputs right here from my downloads folder. Again, this will only work on a laptop, not the Chromebook. And you're going to open that up. Now here we can specify the insertion point on screen, or you can just let it go where it's going to go. Most important though is that our scale is 1. You want it to come in at 100%. So we bring that in, and I'm specifying on screen. We're going to bring it right here. So here's my file, and it in essence is ready for the laser cutter, but we need to define the area of our stock that we're going to be cutting out. So in AutoCAD, go to Home. You want to draw a rectangle, and the stock that we have 2 sheets of stock to cut our wings out of. The wing, the bigger piece, is going to be a 12 tab by 3 rectangle. Okay, and I just used the rectangle tool when I drew that. That's this tool right here. And we're going to move that so that our wing is inside of it. Now with this particular wing design, there's not a lot else I can get on this sheet. If I can put my horizontal stabilizer and my vertical tail fin on the sheet as well, I would do that. And that would help save some stock later on. So I am going to move these little triangles up here because they will fit in here. So if I select the triangle, and maybe what I'll do is come across using the green selection that selects everything it touches in green, and I will do the move, and we'll just move these guys down on to our stock. In fact, we'll put them down here, down on the bottom. Okay, and then just to show you, I can I guess bring that tail fin over too. We'll rotate this tail fin. So I have that selected. I use the rotate tool, and I just pick a point on here, and I can flip that tail fin around like that. I'll select it again and do move, and we'll grab that. Just so you can see, we can get that tail fin to fit on here. It looks like I didn't grab quite everything in the move, because our shape is missing a line there. We'll move that up there. This horizontal stabilizer is going to have to be printed onto a different piece of stock. Now I have my stock set up. All we need to do is output over to the laser retina engrave. And so that is using a print dialog. You come up here to the printer, and we're going to designate the full spectrum engineering driver. That's important. The full spectrum engineering driver, that is our laser cutter. And we are going to choose the full spectrum laser professional series 20 by 12 paper size. It's a 20 by 12 display there. And then very important, your plot scale needs to be 1 to 1. So 1 inch equals 1 unit. Okay, and what we are printing is actually going to be a window. So the plot area needs to be changed to window. Click that drop down and designate window. Now when you do this, the print screen will go away, and this is where we need to select the stock. And you see you have that in the window. This is what we want to print. That window has now been designated. If I needed to change that window, for example, when I come back to print on the smaller stock, I'll need to redraw a window. And so if I want to rechange that, I just click here and it will allow me to do it again. So this is the window, and it allows me to reselect. So again, 1 to 1, full spectrum engineering driver, and paper size is 20 by 12. If you hit apply to layout, that will memorize that. And we'll go ahead and say OK. Really important, before you click OK, make sure this icon is active, that is retina engrave. I'm going to click OK, and it's sending it over to the laser cutter engraver now. So I'm going to switch applications. This is the laser cutter engraver sheet. You see a previous job that I was demonstrating up on the screen. This is going to convert to my most recent job. And so here, my most recent job is up. Very important, there are tabs across here. Yours may come in as a raster tab. You want to move that to the vector tab. It is in vector that we do the cutting. So move it over to vector. Make sure that your stock size matches up. It should be a 12 by 3. Mine is in a landscape setting. That's how it's going to go in the laser. Now notice we have 2 layers. We have a black layer representing our outside stock. We have a red layer representing the parts we want to cut out. And you'll see over here that those vector layers also show up. Make your black layer number 1. So change your layer order so the black layer is 1. And your red layer number 2. So again, change that. Your black layer, we are only going to cut this in a low power. So you're going to change your power setting here. You can actually change it. Let's go all the way down to less than 1, 0.5. We're going to do a 0.5 power setting. So all we're doing is etching the outside of our stock. And we're going to make that go with 1 pass. So it's going to pass one time around the rectangle. And then the actual cutting is going to happen on the red layer. That one we need to be at 100 speed and 100 power. We're going to have it go for 3 passes. So you'll need to change this so it's at 3 passes. If you have those settings marked out, you're now ready to print this. And so I would recommend you first save your job by going to File, Save Project, save it in an area, maybe your engineering folder area, and we'll just save this as demo. And remember the folder you saved that in. Then you can come back to this project and skip your AutoCAD step if you need to print again. To actually prepare it for the laser USB, we need to go to the Pro LE 20 by 12. So the laser engraver 20 by 12, save the job as a binary file, and say yes to this. We do have a B laser. And then give your job the name. Now, very important here, the name of this file has to be a single word name. Perhaps it's mine's going to be my last name, and save it to the USB. So you want to select the USB. I do not have one on this computer right now, but you'd come down here and select USB, and then you'd save that file over there. And it's the USB that we transfer this into the laser itself. So I'll hit save, and then this would be on the USB. We would withdraw the USB and take this over to the laser cutter. Hopefully this helps you prepare your file for cutting on a laser engraver.